All right, so this is another viewer submission, and this one just came in today, so I haven't had a chance to peek at it in advance. This is another control deck that's leaning around Ezreal here, or EZ, who is an elusive threat that whenever he hits the opponent's Nexus, he creates a 2-mana shock, or deal 2, in your hand that goes away at end of turn. He notably levels up even while he's not in play. So in the late game, he immediately flips over into a slightly more powerful evasive threat that still makes fleeting shots, but also deals damage to our opponent every time we cast a spell, which makes closing the game out a lot quicker. We're pairing this with Lee Sin, who also levels up while we're playing cards without being in play. And he gains a bonus whenever you cast a spell, so he gains Challenger, and then gains Barrier, and then eventually when he levels up, anything he challenges, he Dragon's Rages, which kicks them into the Nexus and takes them off the board. So really good board control card that kills smaller units and tempos things out of play while also closing the game out. The rest of the deck is interaction with things like Static Shock and just playing copies of Mystic Shot. We also have a ton of spells in our deck. We have 27 spells in the main deck, so we've got 3 copies of Aya Dragon, very similar to the Easy Karma control that we've played. So let's go ahead and pop on into some games here with this one and see how it feels. Thank you, wife.
Spouse. What are we playing?
So looks like we're playing a control mirror here versus Heimer and VI. Probably don't need Eye in this matchup because that's for stopping other aggressive decks. I think I want to keep Mystic Shot in case they have the 2/2 elusive. And in fact, I think I'm going to keep the Gotcha as well because even though this is expensive, it can kill Heimer or their 4/3 elusive.
Gotcha. Nice, our guy.
Yeah, I have a DX Racer now, so I'm a professional gamer, right? The Racer's not bad. It's just not quite as nice as my office chair that costs twice as much.
What do you want me to do? This side has an arm. I like this.
Little frog.
Right. The tadpole taking stuff.
I think I just pass here. If we both just bank mana, that's fine. Like if I lose 3 here, they lose 3. They played that out. We'll try and gotcha it. And you can see both of my things leveled up there when I cast a spell and target their thing. Something that's important to note about this game that's different from Magic, if you're one of my Magic players in the audience, is that when something says cast a spell in this game, a spell only counts as having been cast if it resolves. So unlike Magic, where casting is just the action of putting it onto the stack, in this game it has to actually happen in order to count as being cast.
The dragon approaches.
I'm gonna let this happen, and then we'll shoot this other one here as well.
And let me into the card frame.
I did, yep.
In my grasp.
I do love you. Mystic Shot this one. You can see here on the interface on my deck is counting both of these up.
Kids are definitely yours. They are just talking to each other, and they're incredibly loud. The lot of you, man.
I pull my headset off so I can hear you better.
That's nice.
Be soft-spoken.
Have an inside voice. You just, like, never don't listen.
What's an inside voice, chat? When I say this is a control deck, yep, that's what the stream title implies. Let's go ahead and deep meditation while it's cheap here. Both of those are great. And a concussive pump. A little bit of way to control the stack. A little bit of way to control the board.
Why is the cost on that one red?
Because it uses all of our mana.
The order.
Technically, it's red because that represents its cost is increased. It's technically 0, but it uses all the mana.
Well, but wouldn't the other 4s be red if they use all your mana too?
No, this changes. Like if I have 5 mana, it turns to 5. So it always uses like that. Yeah. Huh? Do I want to global thermo that? I feel like the answer is no, and I just bank my mana. I think keeping a piece of removal for a dinger that could come down soon is important.
39 months.
Bulletproof Pope. Thank you for the over 3 years of support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Costs are red when they cost more than their printed cost, and green when they're reduced, right? I think with 2 Lee Sins here, I'm just going to play one of these out. Well, I guess if I play Lee Sin and they play Heimer, that's still okay, right? Because Thermo Beam would do 3.
Master yourself.
Let's do this.
Master your enemy.
Silent as death.
So this gains Challenger when we cast a spell. So next turn we'll probably open on a spell, and then we'll be able to hook one of these. Gotta collect my bonus. You know you can put it in chat only mode, right?
But then I don't get the shillings.
Really? You don't get shillings in chat only mode? I think you do.
But this gives you an extra viewer. You don't think our fiber internet can handle it?
So I want to play a spell so I can gain Challenger. I guess I'm just concussive palming one of these so I can challenge the other one. I don't want to just like Dragon's Rage here because they could have a deny or a way to interact with this, and I'm 1 mana short of Dragon's Rage plus deny of my own. Mystic Shot's fine.
My land, lead me. Prepare yourself.
14 months.
Hey, Red Fire, thanks for the over year support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. The weakest link. Denied. See if they have a deny of their own here. The recall, sure.
Rain from a cloudless
A little bit of tempo
sky.
on that exchange, but otherwise okay. I think because they've played out so many things to the board now, I'm gonna global thermonuclear war this one. So like try and keep the board in check, so when they open attacks next turn I take a little bit less damage. It also gives me I've got 5 towards easy, and Lee Sin's ready to level up when he comes in.
Vi stands for violence.
So Steel Tempest here can keep violence off our back. What if I... So unfortunately, if I Lee Sin, I can't also do this. I only have 8 mana. I think I'm just going to Static Strike these two. And then we'll stun this in combat. And then next turn... next turn, I can Static Shock to finish these off. And they don't have enough mana to deny me here. So this should just work and keep Vi from flipping. So we get down to 13 here. We'll bank 1 mana. We'll have a total of 10 mana next turn.
As the dragon wills. Force without skill.
Well, if they have nothing, we get to completely destroy their board. Unfortunately, the odds of them having nothing are really low. I'm gonna open on this. Wouldn't be surprised to get denied or willed. Although they've already used 2 wills. This is fine, right? Because my spell's still gonna resolve. And that's like the best they can do. That's really good for us. So like now this has Challenger. So if they don't have a way to deal with this, I get to attack and hook Vi. And then he's gonna Dragon's Rage Vi.
What does Challenger do?
Challenger lets you force something to block.
Answers. I have them.
Maybe it's sick.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So now would I rather Challenger Dinger or Vi? I think I'd rather Challenger Dinger. Although I guess Vi is going to get to hook Lisa next turn. Yep, type exclamation point RT Dex, and you'll find the link. So I think I'd rather go with Vi here. So he casts a Dragon's Rage, kicks her into the Nexus, which kills her and deals 4 to the Nexus. Wait, why didn't she die? Striking Bolt. Oh, he only has 4 attack. It does reset her at least. I was thinking it did 5, but he only has 4 attack.
I hypothesize their demise.
That attack is interesting. So we'll do this, and then we'll Mystic Shot. They're elusive. That's a good thought. If they hooked him, we could just cast a bunch of spells in response to the victim.
I will not.
Let's see if this works. They haven't had anything the last couple of turns, so this could just work. Yeah. And get the Nexus and kill him.
I'll see this through.
And they've already attacked for the turn, so pass. Do I play Ezreal? It leaves me with 8 mana? Yeah, I think so.
Check me out.
So he levels up, and now every time I cast a spell, we deal 2 damage to them.
Let's see all of it.
Pretty impressive game 1 here for our deck. Got to solidly do our thing.
Here comes the punchline.
We get to go ahead and attack with these. Oh wait, I haven't played a spell yet. Quick attack. Oh, this is absurd. Wow, that's good with Flip DZ.
Our enemies.
We just like do this.
I will not hold back.
And then like I get to attack, hook this, and then this is elusive. Yeah, if they have nothing, we've won. And even if they have something, we probably win still. Need a couple of things. Yeah, like a bunch of damage and overkill here.
I knew we had it all along.
Did you see me wave?
No. Christy is lamenting the amount of dust in my office. I might have accidentally touched the metal underneath my chair yesterday, and just a giant clump of dust came off of it.
You're so gross.
The whole office needs a scrub down top to.
We need to like take everything off the desk and like vacuum these play mats.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, look at this.
Alright, so
Weird deja vu.
Teemo has likely burned with Noxious and Piltover, so I want to mulligan to things that let me be interactive.
Wait, this already happened.
Please stream cleaning your office.
No, this already happened.
Pre-pandemic, that was something we actually talked about, Jin.
Streaming cleaning your office?
No, hiring a cleaning service.
Oh yeah, ain't nobody coming in my house.
At this point, ain't nobody coming into the house, though.
2, 3, 4.
You have a Teemo. Global thermonuclear war for Teemo. Get his little mushroom cap and butt out of here.
I think I wouldn't mind somebody to mop the floors though. That's the one thing I really don't like doing.
Burn him with the heat of 1,000 suns.
You name it, I'll nick it.
This one seems sweet. Someone else had played this against us. It seems really powerful.
First big mission.
Yeah, Algashi is actually in this room.
I mean, yeah, because you just like tossed it on the floor. I shot of the camera.
Listen, you should be happy that things in the camera shot stay mostly clean, okay?
Outdoors.
Mostly.
Mostly clean.
You can probably see that. Piles of cards.
Would you like to play a game, Teemo? Perhaps some global thermonuclear war? Let's see if they have a pump spell here. They could have infusion here to save Teemo. Yep. Transfusion, whatever it's called.
Not for everyone.
The paper cards in my corner are Warhammer TCG cards, so when I played a bunch of that, it was cheaper. That game, you could scan the paper cards into your digital client, so I bought a bunch of paper cards to scan in.
That's always been there.
Do I still play that game? No, that game died. One of the many kind of indie games that just didn't make it. I think they're in kind of like a hex state.
That's right.
Their servers technically still exist, but the game is dead. I think we just gotcha here and try and kill this. To set a low bar, Mythgard's probably more alive than either of those two. I don't know. Mythgard's a tough one. So one of the things that I like Mythgard's gameplay as a whole, but one of the things I feel like Mythgard missed on is the same thing Hex missed on, which is that Mythgard's not meaningfully cheaper than any of these other games are. And I think being meaningfully cheaper is important to break into the marketplace. Like the gameplay is very good and the client's serviceable.
Are you saying it's bad for lands to cost $200?
Armed and ready.
Great. Well, transfusion costs 2, so hopefully this guy dies this time. You want to get the shark? Jacob really liked the shark too. Jacob really liked the shark, yeah.
Check out the goods on this one.
Is there a pirate board to go with it?
Of course there's a pirate board to go with the shark.
Do we have the pirate board?
Of course we have the pirate board.
I think we should have a pirate board and a shark. Or the rainbow poro.
We're just gonna get excited here. Am I ditching the Steel Tempest? Maybe I'm ditching this actually. Yeah, I'm gonna ditch the rush actually.
Shillings are
Fired.
Yeah, that's true too. Like it's tough. Like we talked about in stream before. Like this market's hard to get into, and like getting a pretty complete Mythgard collection is expensive. Like I understand they're a business and have bottom lines, but like tough. Yeah, that too. Like we were talking about like plans for Runeterra. Like Riot has a really ambitious set release plan, which is what I think they need to have. But like Riot has a lot of money, right? And they can afford to like put out those big plans and probably actually meet them. Whereas like smaller studios have a harder time doing that.
You should do more raids on your channel because we get more shit.
I don't like to do raids because it changes like I always leave my Twitch chat popped out here and it changes the URL. Raids actually push you to someone else's URL. I know other people like always leave my channel up on their channels and then it pushes them off too. Alright, this looks like something aggressive. I'm actually keeping, maybe I don't want Deep Meditation. Static Shock and Rush seem fine though. This is a cheap card to trigger this. Hey, this isn't good enough. I'm mulligan this looking for more removal.
I have my orders.
Yeah, I mean, like, suffering from the pandemic is like something that's definitely not even unique to Mythgard, right? Like something we've talked about on stream before too is I would wager money that the pandemic is going to accelerate what I refer to as the Amazonification of the world. Like, the pandemic is going to hurt a lot of places that already struggle to compete with big places like Amazon. I think I just take this hit here because this is a 2-1, so I can Static Shock this down the line, is the plan.
Those who listen.
Oh, the billionaires made a lot of money off the pandemic.
The billionaires have made a lot of money off the pandemic, you're not wrong. Dollar bills, y'all. I don't want to deal 1 to this with Static Shock, because every time it survives damage, it deals 2 to me. Your office went from 100% on-site required to once the office opens again, eventually, you can work in the office as you want or work remotely. Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of that in general. Just like places that are more accepting of work from home because they realize they can eventually downsize their office space. And there'll be some places, obviously, that are like run by boomers that will be stuck in the past regardless, but I would expect that a number of places will want to save money.
Boomer's gonna boom, honey.
Boomer's gonna boom. They have a transfusion here, we're probably dead. No. Riot has issues just like every large company has issues. And like, credit where credit is due, Riot's response recently to their executive being a racist piece of garbage was like very good and very quick, especially for a company the size of Riot. And they have a transfusion here, we're like just dead. They like transfusion from here to here and we take 4. So they're gonna attack here for 6 and put us down to 7. We'll block here. The fact that we just like weren't able to generate any double spell turns here was a big deal. I wonder if some of these like this like progress day and like the progress day and like the main deck Dragon's Kick are probably better off as cheaper cards. Yeah, I feel like I wanna trim some of the top end. Like realistically, Easy and Lee Sin should give us things to do when we get to the late game anyways in Deep Meditation. So I kind of want deal 3 damage to enemy or excess rate. Like these really expensive cards here at our top end, I feel like should probably just be things that are lower on the curve. Just do obliterate the top 5 cards of your deck, deal 1 damage. That's just. Yeah, might be okay. There's no wills in this deck. Oh Yeah, let's fix that. I'm gonna add another deep meditation, and let's get some wills in here. Should definitely be playing at least 2 of those. Probably 3, honestly. This card's really good. Pick a new board. We definitely can. Oh, you wanted to get, you wanted a shark too, right? Sorry, chat. Hold on. Cosmetics.
Chat understands they're most important.
You want the shark?
It bothers me that the prices are, like, not nice round numbers.
Yeah, that's intentional. Well, all these games do that.
Right.
It's so at the end of purchasing things, you have a little bit of currency left over, so you're like, oh, I should just put some money in so I can round that up.
Grandpa's cute. When does the new set come out? Will they have new cosmetics?
Probably. You wanted the pirate board with the shark?
Yeah. Card packs and collection.
There aren't that many card backs in the game yet. Update this in the deck manager.
I feel like you need some screens up here too.
Sometimes I feel that way.
Make it like a battle station.
Flash of Brilliance is free tricks to Lee Sin. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I kind of feel like the 3 mana draw 2 spells is very similar. And like without Dinger, playing too many of that effect is rough. I feel like I'd rather have the one that draws 2 spells rather than... So... Heimendinger, Luck, so a control deck, but not with VI. Deny sounds good to keep. I'm going to replace these 3, I think.
Did I tell you that the Riot store didn't have a rainbow plush?
I couldn't buy a Rainbow Poro plush? That's so sad. Do they just, like, hate money?
Take from the rich, give to me.
I don't have a card for my HSA. We don't have an HSA. We have an HRA.
Save me, loot.
Why make health insurance not complicated?
Do I just lead on easy here and just start triggering him? I think I do.
Never ask.
Game's gonna go long. Need to untap here with Deny as well, which is excellent.
One shot, all skill.
Deck runs Unyielding Spirit? Sure. Was glad we put a bunch of wills in our deck, huh? And they don't have Deny because they're not playing Ionia. Pet the shark. Oh.
Stop me.
Cute.
Contain the arcane.
Grant me 2/2 once you cast a spell that costs 6+. That's pretty good.
Oh, wait,
Steal over sorcery.
Oh, right.
the HSA is here. Take my money and then use it later.
I think I just done this. I bought the T-Rex pet with the minigun arm. When you pet him, he flips on his back and the minigun starts firing. That's great. That's unfortunate. I can give 1 extra attack, but that's not enough to save him. They do movies. Someone mentioned Jinx has a music video, so I imagine there's little things like that for this game.
Blizzard. Thermogenic beam.
Is it too aggressive to, like, Lee Sin plus Rush here? And then, like, Challenger this? It's probably too aggressive.
Cute detail that, like, just seagull. There were little seagulls that flew down there. It's just a cute little detail that, like, you'd never think had to be there if it wasn't.
Magic stops with me.
Trade? I think if they pass, I'm just gonna
The
pass.
sun is shining. We should
Lux,
too.
who has a barrier. He's super far away from leveling up. Nothing we have is super useful here. This has a barrier that goes away next turn, so hopefully we can thermo beam that.
My fists.
We just play this and pass. Lux counts the total cost of spells you've cast. Yep. Level up. Give him the final spark here.
Brighter than
Rolls.
before.
You get to final spark this. It's animation suite at least.
No more holding back.
17 months.
Hey, Death Apparatus, thanks for the support. Welcome back. I appreciate it. Denai's like okay here. The problem is that this always uses all of our mana, so I can't like thermo beam and deny up to protect it.
Only I can endure.
You're
the
supposed to
dragon's
take
fury.
5 there. And like take 5 and hold deny up to protect Lee Sin. Feels pretty over.
A beacon through the dark.
Cards like Rush are like neat when we're ahead, but they're pretty low quality, individually weak when we're not ahead. I think we should have just killed Lux. Yeah, that's fair. Let's do this and concede if they have a protection spell. Maybe I'm supposed to rush first. Yeah, I think you're right. I should have killed her while they didn't have that up. I don't know. I think even if we take that off the table, we're
In
still
the
pretty
end,
far behind.
The dragon claims us all.
Easy. Well, we are playing EZ. So, lost a game because we had a little bit too much clunk in the trunk to the aggressive deck. Lost to the control deck because we just had a little bit too low quality cards in our hand that we drew.
In the trunk.
Yeah. Sonic Wave's another card that's similar. Like, it's cute when we have everything set up, but it doesn't do anything if we're not there to be set up yet. Gonna mulligan these and keep Beam and Static Shock here against an aggressive deck. Pretty good. There's another card that's like, it's like, well, this is like useful in some situations, but at the same time, it's technically like a 1 for 0, which is awkward. Let's just start. Didn't get the 1 mana tough cards, that's nice.
I got the goods.
The Pickpocket gets to get in there or not. Even if this just trades with something in combat, that's good for us. Anytime this hits the opponent's Nexus, we get to create a spell from their deck in our hand.
There's a chill.
Steel Tempest feels like fog, kinda.
laugh at me.
I'm not laughing at you.
You are laughing at me. I have video evidence.
In the field, you call me
I
commander.
love
I
you.
just can't breathe.
Let your mother breathe, child. I think I just play beam here. Why? I'm just gonna pass. Let's pass. And we could see the lower resource on this be relevant. So I'm gonna go ahead and stun her. And then we can beam this post-combat, because I still have 2 left over. So we'll take 3 down to 17. I think I'd rather take Lucian off the board. If I kill her, all other Lucians level up.
Strike
That
hard,
has to pee when
strike
I'm
true.
Hey, that's a great draw. Alright, so... That's hard.
I had some spicy
Smells
stuff.
like opportunity.
Gives me heartburn. Jumping jacks sound dangerous.
Maybe I'm supposed to play Ezreal here and try and get the fleeting Mystic Shot to kill something. Gotcha dictating when we cast it's a little awkward here.
Stand down.
Shillings.
With that block there, we do this. We'll see if they have another trick to save their champion or not. Yeah. So these will trade, which is going to cause Lucian to level up. This is a little unfortunate.
I'll bring them peace.
Very sad. His wife just died.
The Yordle here's with me.
So he has double attack, and the first time an ally dies each round, rally. So I have 7 total mana, so we can gotcha to kill this, and then Mystic Shot to kill this. Assuming no trickery. Double attack is just like quick attack, and that is only when you're on the attack. Man. Alright, no whammy. No whammy. No whammy. No whammy. This is where they play the card that gives everything one tough and I just like throw a try. Everything turned out better than expected, chat. Everything worked out better than expected.
The dark beckons.
Let's move.
Still taking 6, but at least we got their champions off the board. These Steel Tempests is just like, I feel like Steel Tempest has got to get out of this deck. Like, Steel Tempest is like a card for a tempo deck, whereas like, this is a control deck. Like, we're not applying enough pressure to make up for the fact that like, this only buys time, it's not actually a 1-for-1.
Fight with my
These are unfortunately
my
both
face.
elusive, so like playing Ezreal out doesn't really do much.
Smell that? A fight's a cooking.
The world's a big place.
I guess he can block this next turn at least.
Our pet is. You ever pet him?
Making
Oh, this game is great. It's so good. Let's stay open on attacks here. Which, I mean, to our credit, we're gonna get to, like, stun a bunch of their stuff at least.
Batter him!
I assume they're gonna put the 2-1 next to this, so I can't trade.
Eat up, friend.
The shark vomiting when I clicked on him.
I think it was a burp. I think he burped out the fishes.
Obstacle, meat gauntlet.
I guess I'm just stunning a couple other things here, like taking 2. And this will at least flip Ezreal. Easy here. And then we'll get a little Dragonling next turn. 2-4 gets to attack it a little bit more profitably next turn at least.
A dragonling? Is it cute? It sounds cute. It sounds like a baby dragon.
This is kind of cute.
Check me out.
Oh, and leveling up easy lets me eat their 3-2. Or their 2-2, that's good.
What you
That
looking for?
works out okay-ish. The Dragon League notably has lifelink. I've never called this game.
Breathe out.
That was the best draw on our deck, not close. That was the best draw in our deck, not close.
You're just lucky.
I mean, I have you, don't I?
Aww.
See that, chat? Big Brain plays with the one-liners, too. Again, just to highlight something that's different than Magic for my normal audience, Ezreal's cast trigger doesn't happen until your spell resolves. So it doesn't deal damage right away like something like Gutter Snipe and Magic would. It waits until my card actually happens.
Hang on, Buzzball.
Hey,
You know what's funny? You're the thin one in this relationship right now.
The goods on this
That's not usually the case,
Which
chat.
is so sad.
No, I'm not usually the thin one.
How are we doing?
Oh. Whoa, we got a deny out of their deck.
The Yordle here's with me.
That's some good beats.
I could complain.
You could complain.
I could complain. But I
Denied. Less than 2 days. It was 2 days. It was 2 days at midnight last night.
I know, but she's not just gonna come out the second we walk through the hospital doors. That's not how it works.
That's fair. Okay.
If I had to guess, it would be around this time on Monday.
They put ionized. Well, easy makes everything ionized, right? Yeah, if both Palm and Tempest resolve, we win the game.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna item flexibility bonus, gonna pack it in there. I feel like the 3 mana stuns were okay there. I feel like 3 of them's definitely too many though. I don't know that I want to cut all of them, but 3 definitely feels like a lot.
You're just changing the deck somebody submitted.
Yeah, that's what we do. We iterate as we play. 3 Sonic Waves is a lot too.
Is 3 the maximum of a card?
Yeah.
Do any of them have other, like, you can only have 2 or 1?
I don't believe so. What are spells? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. We don't get hurt in this game, honey. You always have spells. Yeah, there's no twin I just got there. I was like, oh, this card's great. This card protects Ezreal too. Twin Disciples of the Nutter Butters. Card's real good.
The Nutter Butters. The butter sandwich cookies.
It's really, really good with Lee Sin, too. Like, giving him extra attack when he's kicking idiots into the Nexus. Spirit's Refuge. What's that one? Oh, that's the barrier, and yeah, that actual one's actually really good. I'm gonna play one of those over the third Twin Disciples. Having a little bit of way to gain life is a lot of upside. So we have a ton of 4s. That might be too many 4s.
Sorry.
Might be too many 4s. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Twin Disciples instead. It's a lot of 4s. And I have denies that can save me from burn spells occasionally.
Denied. Get to look at our cosmetics.
Or did you want to adjust the cosmetics again? You have a shark and a pyrophore. Yeah, that's fair. Doesn't gain that much life. Easy mulligan on the deep meditation. Opponent's playing Ash to Johnny, so probably more of a mid-range deck. These colors don't have elusive stuff in them usually, right? So Ezreal should be able to make Mystic shots for us. I think we'll keep him. Your wife had her induction appointment on a Saturday at 1 p.m. My daughter was born at 4:30 p.m. on a Monday. Holy crap.
No thanks. That's too long.
I'm just beaming and being resource efficient here.
Nothing escapes my watch.
Don't leak me.
So we're playing Pickpocket here, but I don't think I'm willing to trade Pickpocket with this. Am I? Maybe I am.
What you got there?
We draw if we do. Keeping their board small seems important.
Alert the villain!
Yeah, Pickpocket's been super impressive.
The world's a big place. Let's see all of it.
These old eyes still see far and clear.
Stop bragging if you can back it up.
Unfortunately, can't use the Mystic Shot this turn with the only deck. It's bleeding, so it's gonna go away. Now, which is nice. Hey, Waffles Newton, thanks for the 14 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. You're having a good one wherever you're at.
Victory requires a sharp blade.
Wherever you're at on this lovely Blur's day.
Do I want to beam this? I'm just gonna pass, and then when they hook Ezreal, I'll Steel Tempest this.
For glory.
Really? They're not hooking. They still Steel Tempest, not take 5. We need to kill this now. This helps level Ezreal. Playing 2 spells here helps level Ezreal Lee Sin faster here. It's part of the reason I'm doing it. It also makes Deep Meditation cheaper for next turn, which is nice. So there's 3 spells off leveling up. solo stuff bigger. Everything they draw out of their deck is 1/1 larger now.
Uh-oh. That's bad for us.
You're not wrong.
We have that card that makes +3/0 or 0/3.
We do.
Today we fight as one!
Just concussive palm here, try and buy time. We're trying to like stall until Lee Sin can get down and help us take over. 16. Ezreal's at 4 of 8. Lee Sin's at
Spirit gives to those
5
who
of
listen.
7.
Line up.
Your Declan's there. Take a look at my brand new pickaxe.
Alright, so I could get a little aggressive here, but that's probably not good to do. I'm gonna play Lee Sin, and I think I'm just passing.
A pleasure to see you, Master.
Hopefully they play something to try and hit Lee Sin, and then I get to deny it. Yeah, this is actually great. So I get to deny this, and then I get to Thermo Beam for 0 and level him up. Which gives him a barrier. If they have another one of those, we get into a little bit of trouble, but they've already played 2. YOLO swag, thanks for the 4 months, I appreciate it. Well, poop.
Did we lose, honey?
How does it feel to produce a better show than the multi-million-dollar company Wizards of the Coast?
Oh.
I think we've died, chat.
I'm just the best.
You are. I'm gonna give this one more shake, but I kind of feel like what we're doing's just kind of a worse version than the easy karma control. Like Lee Sin's just like a less powerful piece of top end. It feels like.
Do you see how when you talk, or when I talk, the mic thing stays in the green, and when you talk, it shoots up to the red?
I mean, I could turn the game down. I have it intentionally. You're supposed to target getting up to about the yellow, which is where it goes.
I think you would stay in the green.
Nah, getting the yellow's fine.
Thing that is a green, yellow, red. Yellow means you're approaching danger.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger, danger.
Stay in the green.
Not that the company that has as much money as Wizards needs free passes, but like, to be fair, this is the first time they're running remote coverage. So like, general, moments before the disaster.
But like, if it's your first time, wouldn't you test it?
In advance, yeah, you'd think.
Try.
What kind of production budget do you think they have? Testing their stuff in advance?
I mean, my budget was $0.
Tested it in advance? Alright, fair. Oh, I shouldn't even hit this, right? I should just hit them for 1 because the barrier's only till end of turn. Yeah, I missed a point of damage here. Although, I guess it's not strictly incorrect because targeting their thing levels easy faster. Actually, yeah, thinking on that again, I should target their thing because of Ezreal. I'm passing here because I'm assuming they're going to play something. You did. Gotcha. Both companies are small indie company. Actually, real question. Like, profits and stuff like that are public, right? Is Wizards bigger or smaller than Riot? Like, obviously, Riot only does video games, so, like, their video games have more resources, but, like, on the whole, is WotC or Riot a bigger company? Does anybody know offhand?
I don't know. I think I'm smaller than I
you might currently be larger than a small indie company. WotC owns a lot of IPs, yeah. Our things are well on track to level up this game, at least. We'll open on attacks here since we drew Twin Disciples.
Hold fast.
See if they have a trick of their own. Nicely, a spell on summon. So Lee Sin's ready to level, easy to level up the next time we target something. Oh, not a nice theme of global thermonuclear war.
It doesn't sound like a nice game.
Harsh, but just waiting on our champions at this point. And this kind of highlights one of the other issues with Lee Sin too, is that, like, unlike Karma, where Karma is a payoff completely on her own, Lee Sin needs other spells with him to be a payoff, because he can't challenge things if you don't have other spells. Whereas, like, Karma just kind of, like, does her thing and makes you spells. WotC's net worth is 3,000 million? Is that 3 billion? 325 billion, okay. And Riot is 21 billion. Okay, so Riot is like magnitudes larger. Actually, maybe I'm just supposed to play Lee Sin here?
As the dragon will.
Yeah, 10 Cent's definitely bigger than Hasbro. 10 Cent is just massive.
What is 10 cent?
10 Cent is a Chinese company that has a hand in basically every video game out there, plus Discord. I think I'm blocking here. Yeah, that's wrong. I'm supposed to take 7. I have a deny. What if I concussive palm this? So these fight? Yeah, like that. So these will fight, but then I don't take any damage. So this goes down to 3 toughness. I'll see if they have a way to finish this off.
Justice will be served.
Sure. So I need, and again, this is, you know, highlighting back, like, this needs other things to be good with it still. So, like, I need to concussive palm here, so that way I can give this challenger so it can actually do something. So we'll stun this, which will make a 3-2. And then this has challenger now, so we'll get to attack, hook this, kick her into the Nexus, and then hit them with these. It'll reset the lifelink off of her too, which is nice. 45 Twitter notifications. Good.
My shield is yours.
spirit.
So Lee Sin's leveled up for him. Uses the dragon kick on things. Kick that.
Virtue guides me.
Oh, that lets us get lifelink again. Yeah, that's fine though.
Fight with my spirit, not my fists.
Our enemies would be foolish to underestimate you.
I forgot. Okay, I forgot about my 45. I figured out what my 45 notifications were from. I responded to a YouTube post on Twitter, which really upset all of the white supremacists.
Strike for justice.
Oh, I probably should have denied that. It still doesn't really matter if it's done this. Flesh out the block list in other categories.
What is gained when you return malevolence?
Been a long path to get here.
That's terrifying.
What you looking for?
Batter him! No one goes hungry!
These are fearsome. I guess I can block here technically. We're gonna take 7. They're gonna go back to 20. This is the play. Alright, Eye of the Dragon's very good. Very strong. Hey, that's a great draw. So we get to will reset this at least and gives this challenger, and then Lee Sin can kick Sithra into the Nexus and kill her. They get a chance to replay this, but if they replay it, it at least won't have.
Prepare yourself.
I guess I just kill something here rather than just like I could tempo her, but like they have plenty of mana, so I guess I just kill this. Magic Pro Tour is unwatchable. Hoagland for esports president.
Eyes bigger!
I fight for the fallen.
These denies have just been like sitting in our hand unusable. I feel like this game's been a good example of how like the thing we're trying to accomplish just like isn't quite good enough. Like we arguably like did our thing this game and we're just like still dying anyways, right? Like we flipped Lee Sin, we've had him active for multiple turns, and it just like doesn't matter.
Nothing stands in our way.
Back it in. Back it up, back it in, let me begin.
We still survive.
No, definitely not. My opinion about the 5-mana Chandra, I don't have an opinion on. I have 21 cards at the moment. I've tweeted a couple, check my Twitter. Other than that, I haven't really been following spoilers. Like, I'm like actually taking time off of Magic, because it's just been so... Game's just been real frustrating lately. We'll come back refreshed in a week. Yeah, I think as far all things considered, this one ended up being a bit of a miss for me. I think it was mostly just a worse version of what the easy karma control deck was doing. Yeah, we played that version before, Percy. So we played, and I was actually gonna say, like, this deck kind of felt like it was a worse version of 2 different things. So like, we played, I don't know if I still have it in my deck editor. I don't. If you look back on my YouTube channel, we played a Draven Lee Sin deck that I think was a better Lee Sin deck than this was, and we played Easy Karma Control that I think was the better Easy deck. Like this deck felt like it took elements from the Draven the Draven Lee Sin deck and the Easy Karma deck, and they just didn't quite mix very well together. Like, what we had felt a little bit disjointed. Hey, thanks for the 2 months, Alter Ego. Thanks everybody for watching today. I'm actually going to go ahead and be done for today, just short streams, as we're kind of semi-taking it easy while I'm taking a short hiatus for Magic. I will be back tomorrow morning, assuming Haley doesn't come before then of her own accord. Tomorrow morning will be my last stream, and then I'm taking a week off. Christy's scheduled to be induced on Monday, and then I'll be back. So tomorrow morning, we'll be doing all Runeterra. And then a week from Monday, I'll be back with Magic stuff, as well as Runeterra stuff, because I'm planning to continue playing, because I've been enjoying this one a lot. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Everybody stay safe out there in this crazy world. Catch all of y'all tomorrow, hopefully. Thanks for dropping in.